Hi everyone, Jennifer Starlight here. I've been prompted to talk to you today about your healing journey. And I work with clients all over the world. And yesterday I had a Zoom call with a woman who I believed I hadn't met before. So we got on the call and I said, "Lovely to meet you." She said, "Oh, Jennifer, I already know you." I said, "I'm really sorry, I don't recognize you." She said, "Well, you wouldn't, because the last time I had a reading with you was 32 years ago." And I went, "Wow. Okay." So we had a quick catch up after 32 years, and I realized how long I've been actually in this career. But the reason I bring that up, over the last 32 years, I've spent a lot of time and my passion to help people transform, because it's been my own passion to transform my own pain. And that's where I really felt I wanted to be of service to help people not continue with what I've realized to be unnecessary emotional pain. And it is unnecessary emotional pain because once you know how to transform it, you wonder why you didn't do it long before this. So I remember many years ago calling out to spirit, going, "I can't keep doing this." Rolling around in the fetal position, basically. This was way back in my 40s. And to cut a long story short, I received what is now called Diamond Light Numerology. And this modality is just mind-blowing, certainly been mind-blowing to me, and is so effective, so accurate in helping anybody to pinpoint the exact emotion that they need to be working with in this lifetime. So when I saw this woman yesterday after 32 years, I shared with her, of course, the Diamond Light Numerology. I always do that in my healings or readings. And she was really quite taken back how accurate and how deep these numbers will go, and how much understanding you receive from the numbers. So today I'm just going to give you a very quick outline in relation to your emotional number. So this is the number that this is the number you came in with specifically so your soul could heal this particular emotional pattern. Now, how you find your emotional number is very simple. You find the number of the month you were born in. So that is pretty obvious. When we get to October, November, December, October reduces to a 1 emotional pattern, November reduces to a 2 emotional pattern, and December reduces to a 3 emotional pattern. Now, this numerology actually shows you exactly which chakra, or what spirit prefers to call diamond light, that you are holding emotional charge within your body, your physical body. And this is imperative to know, because whether you're aware or not, every physical ailment, dysfunction, disease we have must have an emotional host. So when you know your emotional number, you know exactly where in your body it is. This is so valuable to being able to work with the energy of that emotion, be able to move that emotion, so then you don't have to experience physical discomfort, pain, disease within that area of the body. Now, I have road tested this for 16, 17 years now, and it's just phenomenal how accurate it is. So I'm just going to share with you a chart because I know you need to understand what's going on here. Okay. So here we have the 10 energetic patterns within each diamond light. Now, the traditional chakra system is based on 7 energy points. This is based on 10 because it is actually also the blueprint of the Kabbalistic tree of life, which Spirit told me is the blueprint of not just us as human beings, but also us as spiritual beings. And the more I go into the tree of life, the more remarkable it becomes. So, knowing the month you're born, and I'm going to start with the 1 and the 9, but I just want to express first that the 10th diamond light is pure spirit. So even if you were born in October, you're going to reduce your number to a 1 emotional pattern. The 10th diamond light is pure spirit. And as I'm talking to you now, as you're listening to me now, we must be plugged into something for our hearts to be beating, our eyes to be blinking. I call it divine current. Some people call it life force energy. Now, that divine current is flowing through these electromagnetic diamond lights every moment of every moment. And in a perfectly clear, healthy human being, that beautiful life force energy is drawn down through all these energy points and will anchor in what's called the Earth Star under the feet. This allows vitality, energy, free from disease, free from tiredness, exhaustion. But if any of these diamond lights are blocked with mental or emotional energy in particular, then there are problems. The energy will get stuck. So it's imperative to keep these energy wheels, these diamond lights, clear. My guide Min, who is one of the beings who has given me all this information on Diamond Light Numerology, has said it's imperative that people work with their emotional center. And I don't think there's a human out there at the moment who is not experiencing a lot of emotion. We have been for a long time, and there's a reason for that, because my guide Min has also said, when we deny and ignore the emotional body, it is going to find a way to communicate with us, and it will often do it through disease and dysfunction. So we are far better off acknowledging the emotion, being grateful for the emotion, because it doesn't matter what the emotion is, how bad it feels, it's there to serve you, to alarm you to where you have disconnected from your magnificent heart, which translates to where we've disconnected from love and acceptance and honor for ourselves, for example. The 9th diamond light is what's called the soul star. And as I said, the 1st diamond light is the Earth Star, and these two are actually the anchors for the auric field. Now, if you are a 1 or a 9 emotional body, you have to be very aware of your auric field. You have to be very aware that you are emotionally grounded. What can happen with 1 or 9 emotional bodies, and I totally understand it can be difficult for you guys to actually access your emotions because they're not in your body. So when I talk to 1 or 9 emotional people, they can say how frustrated they get at not being able to connect. So this is why it's important for you guys to be very grounded and to consciously bring yourself into the body. But whether you're a 1 or a 9, you need to be aware that your auric field remains strong, because otherwise emotionally you can be highly sensitive to your environment, can be highly impacted by radiation of computers, being in crowds, shopping centers, etc., etc. But for a 1, they can feel emotionally separate and isolated. For a 9, they can feel emotionally impacted from the conditioning that they receive, particularly as children. Emotional conditioning of, you're supposed to act this way, you're supposed to act whatever way you've been programmed with. If you are a 2 emotional body, or have the energetic pattern of 2, your human challenge, like for 1s and 9s, your human challenge is abuse, emotional abuse. So you may have found that as a child, there was emotional abuse that you received. It can play out in relationships of being abused emotionally by other people. What you have to remember, though, no matter what your pattern is that you came in with this magnetic emotional charge. And when you're not aware of it, and this is why I say so much emotional pain is unnecessary, but it's also not understood what's really going on. So what's really going on is you are holding magnetic force fields within your auric field of abuse, abandonment, denial, whatever it may be. And you are unconsciously attracting people who are going to abuse you, abandon you, deny you, betray you, etc. So it's really important to be aware of what your magnetic pattern is so you can bring it into conscious awareness and you can transform it through love and understanding. So for 2s, it is emotional abuse, but also you have to be aware of the base chakra. This, of course, takes in the bowel, but it takes in the bladder, the kidneys, the adrenal system. It also takes in energy down to the knees. So 2 emotional people can have problems in this area of their body. And I meant to say a 1 emotional person, apart from the auric field, can have trouble with feet, ankles, calves, and up to the knees. This is the crossover point. If you're a 3 emotional body, born in March or December, there's the energetic pattern of abandonment, where in emotional relationships, parent, partner, you can often feel rejected, or you will reject them before they abandon you. The areas you need to be aware of is in women, the reproductive system, but also the digestive system, the sacral center in general, the hips and lower back. 4 emotional people will often feel that people ignore their emotions, but ultimately you are denying your emotional body and pushing it down. And when you do that, it's also creating a block to your own intuition, because the 4 is also the sacred house of the soul. So 4 emotional people can often have problems with digestion, liver, stomach, gallbladder, etc. 5 emotional body, you can feel emotionally betrayed by other people. But again, we always bring it back to ourselves. So we need to ask ourselves, how am I betraying myself emotionally? How am I denying myself emotionally? How am I rejecting myself emotionally? How am I abusing myself emotionally? How am I separate from my emotions? This is all fairly obvious. Emotionally, you can, if you betray your emotions, in other words, ignore them or judge them, it can affect the immune system, the lungs, the breast, the heart. 6 emotional bodies. Control or resistance to feeling your emotions or openly expressing them. And this will affect the throat, the thyroid, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, wrists, and hands. So 6 takes up this whole area of the body. 7, confusion about emotions. 7 emotional people can create paralysis, emotional paralysis through overanalysis of their emotions, trying to think their way through them. This also can affect you with headaches, eye problems, ear problems, back of the throat. And I meant to say for 6 emotional people, it can also affect the lower jaw. 8 emotional people, this is more in relation on a physical level to migraines, where the 7 is headaches, the 8 can be migraines. And you can feel emotionally inadequate. In other words, again, overthinking the emotions and trying to, again, analyze them, understand them through philosophy, through counseling, whatever it may be. If you look to this side, the spiritual gift, because it's very important to remember you can't destroy energy. You cannot rip these emotions out and go, right, I got rid of them, because they'll be back. And truly, if I had $1 for every time someone said to me, I thought I dealt with that, I thought I dealt with that emotion, I thought I dealt with that grief, I thought I dealt with that anger, you will not transform them. You cannot transform them by judging them and denying them. Very, very important. It's about understanding them and giving them love and acceptance. That is how they will transform themselves into these wonderful gifts over here. So if you felt emotionally conditioned, or you're trying to condition your emotions, it's about transforming from conditioning to becoming fully conscious of your emotional body. For 8 emotional people, it's about releasing that feeling inadequate emotionally and integrating spirit, integration also of your emotions into your body. So it's not just about thinking about them, it's about letting them flow and feel through the body. Those of you with a 7 emotional body who may overthink how to get out of these emotions, you need to use your imagination. And because that's a very powerful gift. And talk to the emotions, see them, go into meditation, talk to them. Let them talk to you. Acknowledgement is the key here. 6 emotional people who are trying to control or resist their emotions, you need to surrender, guys. Surrender into your heart where you can love your emotions. Betraying your emotions or feeling betrayed, you need to find love. And I mean, this applies to all the emotional patterns, finding love for the emotions, because by doing this, you will, by accepting and loving and owning the emotions in the heart, you're going to be emotionally free. You are not going to try to betray your feelings anymore. And as I said, denial, once this is transformed and you go, okay, I'm going to feel into my emotions, I'm not going to deny them anymore, you're going to find you're then going to be able to get into the depth of intuition within yourself. Those of you with a 3 emotional body, creativity, let the emotions channel and flow through being creative, through drawing, through writing, whatever it may take. And abuse, those of you with a 2 emotional body, foundation. Now, 2 emotional people need the foundation of a tribe. Our diamond light of 2 or base chakra, to feel emotional well-being, they need to feel safe and secure within a tribe. Go find a tribe that you really feel connected and safe with. And 1 emotional people who feel separate need to consciously connect with Mother Earth, get out in the elements, talk to nature, ask for healing from nature. Now, I have given you a really quick version here, and it is just the tip of the iceberg of what is offered in Diamond Light Numerology. If you are not on the Diamond Light community page on Facebook, please feel free to join. It's a fantastic community where I am sharing all sorts of things about this incredible channeled modality from Spirit. We also have Diamond Light numerology teachers trained by me here in Australia, in New Zealand, in the UK, and they are putting up dates and times of their courses around the world. So please join us on Diamond Light Community, where you can find fantastic teachers who teach this remarkable modality for lasting healing. And one other thing you can do, guys, is if it all feels too much, breath. Breath is the most powerful transformational tool we have. So even if you just take time every day and use your imagination to breathe in and out of your emotional diamond light center, and imagine you're breathing in love and light into that center, that is going to go a long way to transforming any magnetic blockages, emotional magnetic blockages in your body. That will then stop the need for your emotion or that emotion to manifest in some sort of physical dysfunction. I hope this helps. Please dedicate yourself to your own transformation. It is definitely worth it. And it's my joy and honor to share the wonderful world of Diamond Light. So have a beautiful day. Take care. Bye.